Yeah. Get away from the statues. This is the city of Dallas. Please step away from the statues. No, GMO.
Yeah. There were thousands of people.
Yeah. Hell no, GMO. 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 No. No, GMO. Hell 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 no, GMO. No, GMO. Hell no, GMO. Hell no, GMO. Hell no, GMO. No GMOs! 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 Yeah, I know. They won't let us go on the busier streets.
Yeah.
Look, there are some more people back there.
Yeah, look. Behind us.
Hell no!
GMO!
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 Hell no! Yeah.
So, you guys are history makers. Y'all are the ones who are really going to give the next generation a chance. You guys really You guys have really taken to another level. Let's try to get to that level right now. I want to hear every single ounce of energy that you got. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Yep, that's it. That's it. You guys are here. Y'all are awake. Who's tired of being sick? Good. Tired of being tired?
We are.
You guys want freedom, right?
We want freedom.
America needs freedom back.
We need freedom.
Our seeds need freedom.
Freedom. Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom. Freedom.
Who knows that you actually have power? Say it, say it.
I have power.
You might have not been empowered yet. So you actually hold the keys to making this a better place. All of you do. Look at somebody and let them know I hold the keys.
I hold the keys.
I hold many keys.
I hold the keys.
I hold the keys. I hold the keys. I hold the keys.
You guys, you'll have balconies, you'll have patios, you'll have front yards, you'll have backyards, you'll have maybe acres of land. You'll have enough room to really make a difference. The most revolutionary act that you can do
Grow your own
is
food.
grow your own food.
Yeah!
Let's give some praise to the gardeners.
Yeah!
One more time, say that. Pay the gardener.
Yeah!
Yes. Guys, learn. You can be more powerful than you can ever imagine, because when you start putting your own food in your stomach, you start getting real nutrition. Organics are okay, but they're not the future of food. They're not. They've taken somewhat of the toxins out. The government still allows chemicals to be used in organic fertilizers. I know you guys don't know this yet. I do. Check out my website, by the way, workingwithnature.org. But when we take the toxins out and then put the nutrition back in,
I like your ohm symbol.
that's when
Alright, and on the bag too, I saw on the phone first.
that's when you stop being tired. That's when you get your mental health back. I mean, how many of y'all are feel like you're on a roller coaster? Supermarkets are not about your health. You guys are about being healthy. Y'all are about being powerful. I gotta tell you, looking around at every single one of you is beautiful. Look at somebody and tell them they're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You guys are amazing. That's my speech for today. I'm going to hand the mic over. Thank you, Jesus.
It is what it is. And you have the power to vet those people that are creating the food that you're putting into your body. And we want to make sure that these things is our birthright. Clean air, clean water, clean dirt. These are our birthright. We need to make sure that we're keeping it clean. We need to make sure that it's not going to be commodified. We need to make sure that we are not put in a place where we have to buy the life that has been given to us by birth.
Yeah!
So on behalf of the bees, on behalf of the Texas Honeybee Guild, on behalf of the butterflies, the pollinators, and the invertebrates that can't speak for themselves, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here. You have a vote. You have the ability to go to the farmer's market and meet your farmer. you have the ability to keep your air and your water and your dirt clean. So we thank you. Let's give it up for Brandon and the Texas Honeybee Guild. Hey, up next we got a speaker and an author on nutrition, Miss Nancy Addison. Say, let's give her a warm welcome. Can we hear this?
Can you hear me? I went organic about 29 years ago when I read about the large honeybees going extinct.
Speak up, madam.
What I found out about the large honeybees going extinct was they were going extinct because the GMO plants, the flowers do not have nectar. So have you been to a florist where you buy flowers and the flowers don't have a fragrance? That's why. And so all of these GMO plants that have flowers with no nectar, the bees don't have any food and they're literally starving to death. So it's incredibly important to plant airplanes, organic seeds that are old like wildflowers so that the bees are getting enough nectar. And I always put those in the midst of my garden and it attracts the pollinators to my garden. And it gives them an abundance of food. And there are two basic types of GMO seeds. One is a seed that has the ability to have large chemical pesticides, fertilizers, stuff on it. And if you're getting your nutrition from food that gets its nutrition from the soil, the air, and the water, and it's full of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, which were actually originally developed for warfare to kill people, then your food is going to have that kind of nutrition in it. The other type of GMO seed is basically a seed that's had the poison built right into it. And one of those poisons these days is a Bt toxin. And the Bt toxin is meant to eat holes in the stomach of the insects that are eating it. So say a caterpillar is crawling up a corn plant and it eats it and it falls over dead. Well, they've been telling the U.S. government that that's only happens to the insect. But what the medical studies are showing now, especially up in Canada, is that it's not just doing it to the insect, it's doing it to the people because it's basically in soy and corn and different types of crops like that. And so it's not even if you're eating those foods, if you're eating meat, because eating that corn or those foods, then you're also eating. So it's eating holes in people's stomachs and intestinal tracts, and it's making them sick, and that's why we have such a large amount of leaky gut syndrome and things like that these days. So it's incredibly important that your food is and so that's one reason why I have Matt here today to help stand up for healthy food. These GMO seeds are also spreading into the wild and interfering with wild plants. So we need to protect our environment, and we need to stop GMO seeds from being propagated, and we need to limit that, and we also need to have our food labeled. I want to know what's in my food that I'm eating, or what's in my children's food. And it's more important for children because children's organs are forming, and so as they're growing up, the quality of their food is paramount. So I'm so happy to be here with y'all today, and I think this is a wonderful event. Thank you for this. Woo!
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. We have a PhD in our midst as well. Okay, I'm sorry. MC, please excuse me. Margaret Christensen. Guys, give her a warm welcome.
Hello? Hi there, I'm Margaret Christensen. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. I am worried for our mothers, for our babies, for our future generations. Roundup is an unbelievable hormone disruptor. Infertility, cancer, immune system disease, autoimmune disease, all kinds of neurological diseases. We're seeing more and more and more of this. I want all of you to go to responsibletechnology.org and download the most recent guide to the medical consequences of GMOs. Download that and bring it to your doctors. My colleagues need to educate themselves. It's not about handing out another pill. It's about we need to get our politicians out of bed with the pharmaceutical industry and with and with medical education. So I want all of you to educate yourselves on the medical consequences of these things and turn around and educate your physicians. They need to know so they can prescribe, like I do, a non-GMO diet for all of my clients.
How awesome is that? We got a doctor in Dallas who's going to give us good stuff. Let's make some noise.
Oh yeah.
I want to let you guys know that you guys are having an effect on Monsanto. What you're doing is taking effect. Everything you do is the right thing to do. The reason I say this is in 2007, they raised $125,000 to donate to politicians.
Caesar, I want to read about it.
As of 2013, it was $5,390,028. $5 million to stop you. To end the situation in Europe. To end the problem in other countries. Their food, their product can't be sold. As long as you continue to fight, as long as you continue to educate, as long as you continue to put pressure on politicians. I am a politician, but I was a protester first. I was I don't take money from corporations. I will take your money either. I don't care about money. I'm not here to talk about the Libertarian Party. I'm here to reward you, to say thank you for what you do. But you have options. You have legislative options. You don't have to vote Republican. You don't have to vote Democrat. You have a third-party option. In some states, you have a fourth-party option. Exercise those options and break the status quo. I need a volunteer. Who will touch me to their nose for $20?
Right here!
Come here. Come here. Touch your nose. $20. That's how it works. Politicians are getting $2,000 each. Not in just this company, but other companies as well. So I ask you, you don't have to vote. You don't have to vote Libertarian. I want you to vote. I want you to vote Libertarian. But what I want you to do is go home and check their pocketbooks and find out what they're doing with the money. Why are they spending that money? Thank you.
Hare Krishna! My name's Raven, and I wrote something for you guys. So, while working for an up-and-coming online news source, I wrote an article that focused on Monsanto's suppression of any credible scientific research that challenges the misinformation that GMOs are safe for human consumption. My article was immediately dismissed by one of my editors as unsubstantiated, and they shoved it into the shameful pseudoscience section of the paper. Right before I sent a proposal to another editor to do a follow-up on an article about Agent Orange and Monsanto's participation in herbicidal warfare during Vietnam. My editor's response, can you guys guess? Agent Orange is old news. That's not true, right? People are still suffering by the millions. Those of us who take the atrocities committed by Monsanto's collaboration with the federal government to profit from the manufacturing of herbicides for war operations and food production don't think that any of this is old news. The way of reporting Monsanto's corruption as business as usual is old untested, genetically modified weapons of mass destruction. We must launch an organized, comprehensive attack on all of the propaganda that falsely proclaims that GMOs are safe. We must flood the public sphere with information, testimonials, scientific research that raises awareness about the global effort to hold Monsanto and the United States government accountable. My life is an example of how once you choose to not eat GMO products, you feel healthier. It's a shame that we have to rely on science to explain the plain truth of what we all know based on our own experiences. Monsanto uses science as a tool to exploit the masses. Most people are unaware that the science Monsanto cites as proof that GMOs are safe is actually a ploy to distract the public from the huge body of scientific evidence that links agrochemicals to health and environmental problems. Most people are misinformed about the illegal practices that biotech corporations like Monsanto have conducted since the production of the toxic Agent Orange, and that they've achieved through the infiltration of the federal government departments like the FDA and the EPA. Telling our personal experiences with confidence, enthusiasm, and determination will break through the silence surrounding what all of us present here today hear loud and clear. Gene silencing, yeah, right. Only when we choose to transform our experiences to the point where each of us is ready to stand up and be our own leaders can we affect any sort of change. We have to see that the war is on our bodies and that our bodies are being used against us. It wasn't until I refrained from eating GMO food and I went gluten-free, vegan, and sugar-free that I realized how a standard American diet gives you poor health. You have to try it, you guys. Try it for at least a week. You'll notice a difference. GMO food slows us down and makes us sick for a strategic reason. So that we cannot fight off the virus Monsanto intends to spread across the world. If we can just become more conscious in our daily habits, we can experience the revelations that we protest in the streets firsthand. All great leaders undergo austerity and discipline. And what is more distracting than the poisonous Arctic apple of temptation? We have to live what we demand, and therefore hold ourselves to the standards that we seek from others. The government identifies corporations as people, which means that Monsanto is a wealthy person with several heads. But we all know that the power that money gives is superficial. We know that our heads outnumber the beast Monsanto's heads by millions. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they use their elaborate think tank to bewilder the masses. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they use their corporate-funded brains at the Israeli corporation Biologics to publish unwarranted scientific claims that their practices are not responsible for killing off the bee population. Off with Monsanto's heads, because their frontal cortex resembles that of a psychopath that lies, cheats, and steals. Off with Monsanto's heads! Because they have no compassion for their consumers. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they silence the scientist Vicky Vance for coming out about their involvement in discrediting the results of the Zhang study. Look up the Zhang study, you guys. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they don't want us to remember Agent Orange in Vietnam. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they don't want you to know that they plan to extract all of the phosphate in Idaho to manufacture more of the toxin Roundup. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they infiltrate our communities. Just like in Idaho, one of their long-term employees is the president of the Idaho Miners Association. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they produce the corn and soy that feeds the cows and other animals that are slaughtered for profit in the meat industry. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they produce the corn and soy that feeds the citizens that are steady supply of grade A laborers of the oligarchy. Off with Monsanto's heads, because they are the reason that the transatlantic free trade agreement is being considered behind closed doors, which would lessen the restrictions that the foreign government places on GMOs. It could also ban the labeling of GMOs. Off with Monsanto's heads, for the farmers who have lost their lives in India because of BT cotton. Off with Monsanto's heads.
Off with their heads.
The criminalization of gardens.
Bullshit.
Off with Monsanto's heads. The heads with the head with 5 and our money are our shields. Protect yourself from Monsanto and give others the weapons of civil disobedience to your actions.
Burn their fields!
Burn their fields! Burn their fields! Burn their fields! Burn their fields! Burn their fields!
Grow your own.
She wrote this letter, and her mother's going to read it for her. You know, this just shows the youth involvement and how they do care, and that this little girl can go out and write this stuff and bring it to her teacher's attention. My daughter, Marika, not on purpose, but just casually, we talk about healthy food, so casually I happened to mention GMO just a few months now. It was not at all intentional, but I really wanted her to kind of know about it. And she goes, even though I posted it personally. Next, a few weeks later, she surprised me by writing this letter. She told me, Mom, I wrote this letter to the government, and she researched up on Google with her teacher and other friends at school, and this is what she wrote. GMO is always the first thing that comes up to me when I eat. I know what GMO stands for, genetically modified organisms. Lots of people don't know what's inside of food. There are gross things inside. Could you change the law? Have you wondered if you have eaten GMO food? Government, you have to change the law before people find out what's inside of our food. People could get sick by eating GMO food. Babies eat GMO and they could die because they are sensitive and innocent. I hope you change the law because you and your family could get sick. Lots of people who are vegetarians have to eat food with GMO. It kills animals too. Plus, it's really disgusting. If you are vegetarian, think about what you eat. If it's good for you or not. Also think about your family. Ask them if they like the law or not. So ask them if they like the law or not. Gross things are inside of fruit. Tomatoes have fish's tiniest molecules. Jelly beans have pig's tails. And food and drinks with colors have insect blood. Only if one of the ingredients say for a blue 4 or blue 5, basically any color that says 4 or 5 is just for food. As you can see, I explained to you to change the law and why you should. I hope something could change because like I said, people will find out soon what's inside our food. If you don't change the law, you guys put the law for GMO because it helps food is stored on the shelf so the food does not rot. And because, and tell me about all this. My point is, it's how the different governments. Please think about it. I'm 72% sure. Change the law. So guys, I think we can change the 72%. At least, okay? And I know how many of you are familiar. There are petitions out there which you can do it right from your phones. There's Texas ban GMO petition. You can start petitions for schools so that schools don't feed give the GMO food to the kids. I'm gonna start one for Cisco, and I hope whoever is from Cisco here support me because my daughter knows it, and I can't really justify, feeding her that kind of food.
Take it out of school!
Let's give her another round of applause. You guys heard about
Hey, there
City
he
of
is.
Dallas want to take the fluoride out of the water, right?
Yeah! Putting it back in.
I'm going to give you an update on that. It's been misreported that Dallas has already decided to cancel the contract. We have fluoride right now, and the contract is up in January, and we are in the middle of a battle for that. So Joe is handing out pieces of paper where I encourage you just write a very brief thing to City Hall. Just go to City Hall, contact your mayor, and your councilman, or all the councilmen. There's one button. Contact mayor and councilman and say, I favor limiting the fluoride. You might have more fluoride, some not too. So that's the main thing. We also have some educational DVDs here. I learned a lot. I knew enough already to get a fluoride filter a couple of years ago, but now that I've engaged myself, I've learned so much more. The main thing is this. It's much further along than you think. There's a lot of EPA scientists that have signed a statement why we're against fluoride. 1,500 in Washington alone. Not the administrators of the FDA. The scientists, the FDA, don't like what's going on. They don't like being told, here's the results we want, make the test fit. That's backward science. So, this is happening now, and thank you so much for letting me go through a little divergent track here for a minute. Very much related, and it's happening right now. So please, help me get involved with this. We're with the other councilmen. They want to see support. It's happening. I'm coming in now from office.
Oh, that,
So,
yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
bunch
the
of
fluoride,
GMO food
look
over
at
there.
these videos if you don't know all about it. And you think you do, but you don't. It's unbelievable. It's further along. Lots of studies and scientists are on the favor now. Thank you.
Yeah!
Yeah, that actually is really important. Schizophrenia comes from heavy metals, fluoride, aluminum. Okay, guys, y'all are amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. You come out, you are the change. You have supported this. You supported each other. Don't lose the enthusiasm when you know, just because you go out to your car, don't, you know, let's not everybody head to that subway right after this. Right? Jessica Winters is the organizer of this event. Give her a round of applause.
We're outside of the Omni Hotel in Dallas, and we just found this cool little tomato garden next to all these blooming magnolia trees, and it says it's a rainwater reclamation garden. That's pretty cool. Huh. That's cool. That's towards like Oak Cliff.
Do you know what that building is?
I think that's the American Airlines Center.
Oh. Every time I'm up here to take a photo, it's always cloudy.
Yeah, that's Dealey Plaza down there. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't repaint them back on.
Do you see how the street looks newly
Yeah.
paved?
This is where they messed up the JFK Memorial, where they used to have the X's where he got shot on that street. You can see the pavement's a lighter color because they tore it up right before the 50th anniversary. All the protesters and everything were going to be there. And yeah, they paved it over. Now you can't see where he was actually shot, or allegedly shot. There's the school book suppository. There's the grassy knoll. It always makes me nervous being up here so high. Yeah. There's a new ugly bridge. How much sew your shirt? Disobey. Stop that. Stop that.
What if you dropped your ring?
That would not
Don't
be
do
good.
that.
Below. Below. I can see down your shirt.
Yeah, you can see people.
I can't see it on the camera. I wonder if they know people are staring at them. Boom, 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 boom.
I wonder if they could see. They could probably see the protests. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. They could see all of us.
Yeah, they probably could. Maybe. Yeah, they might have. I hate looking straight down up here.